What it do?
Yo. When they be holding the mic like this.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what happened, man. You know, technical difficulties. We appreciate you all for coming back.
Things happen, but you know, in case that ever does happen, we always got something for y'all.
Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. It left with Balagoon. I ain't gonna tell Balagoon it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So
he was punching the wrong buttons.
Started punching the computer, and he punched the wrong one or something.
Man, let's blame it on Kamal. So anyway, I tell you what, man. Why don't we let the ear doctor do what he do real quick, and then we come back, reboot it. How about that?
True.
Let's do that.
Remix Morning Show in the building. Act like you know.
What up, people? I'm glad y'all back. What I was trying to get to before we left out is I need y'all to send in a freestyle, some singing over an instrumental, and we will get it played. Please make sure y'all send it to eardoctormusic1@gmail.com so we can play it for a little interlude in between time. And what I mean by freestyle is I mean something like this. All right, let's turn it up. All right, here we go. Big up to all my people out there. Here we go. Check this out. I'm a dead ringer for a king or foul. Chief shooting the arrow. Blood in my bone marrow very. Any mean type necessary on the mic. And I might not always say what you like. You be alright though. Music's supposed to help you grow. Make you high when you low. Bring the light what you don't know. So check your ego at the door. I don't care if you a scholar, dumb, rich, or poor. The more the merrier, man, the bigger the better. This style's for free, so keep your cheddar. My heart can't measure. The pleasure's all mine. I'm blessed by the gods to put word to rhyme. Confining no religion, no Euro superstition. I deal with the masses without division. I know how to listen. With that, I gain wisdom to my elders and ancestors. Thanks for vision. I'm risen like a phoenix out the ashes of Trenton. But it's not just the city, it's the world I'm representing. So from right here to back there, this side, that side, y'all everywhere. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Now scream. That's what I'm talking about. That's how we do it right here on Black Power Media. So I need y'all to send that right to eardoctormusic@gmail.com. All right. So that's how we gonna do. Please make sure y'all send it out. And thank y'all for representing and coming back to part 2.5 of the Remix Morning Show today. All right. So let's take it back to the Remix Morning crew. You know how we do.
Hey, yeah. Ear doctor.
All right.
Hey, yo, ear doctor, I put my head down real quick. So I was like trying to text Balagoon, and I was just listening. And all I was hearing was, these all the breaks. So shake it up, break it up, break down. Yeah. Shout out to ear doctor Blow in the building.
Now, that was a cute little freestyle there, ear doctor.
Wait. I don't like cute little.
I'm sorry. That was a big, ugly freestyle.
Thank you.
Ugly.
So, and as y'all saw in the chat, my man Arthur Balagoon said that he was the culprit.
Oh, he said,
Brother Balagoon.
Now, Balagoon, you my man, Balagoon, but now you and Kamal got to fight, man.
Damn. Fucked up now, Balagoon. I ain't gonna get fucked up, man.
Why you volunteer Kamal for that, though?
He don't want to get his ass whipped, you know what I mean?
Oh, shit.
You gonna bring up that Brooklyn shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do him like that girl did him back in the day. He'll be like, yo, come here, Balagoon. Don't you ever touch the wrong button again on that. What's wrong with you?
I don't know how good that's gonna work, because you better rather miss.
Everybody got balls, B.
He be like, hey, I just happen to have a couple on this day.
I don't think he that well prepared. Dude's got balls, so you know. Anyway, I'm chewing on my. I apologize to you, doctor, because I was chewing on my chips and my thing wasn't on mute, so I don't know if that messed up the freestyle.
You can go back and watch it.
That's right.
Just like everybody else.
That's right. It was a quality freestyle. It was a quality freestyle from our
That's right.
Quality, brother. Actually, Ear doctor's actually practicing, because we have this thing coming up, Biggie versus Big Pun.
Yeah.
And part of the opening is a freestyle battle between it's going to be the Ear Doctor and Kamal versus Dr. Jed Ball and K. Jama. The riot started in the building. So we're gonna rip them in half. So the Ear Doctor trying to get his practice on.
It's gonna sound like he from like the last Poets in 1974.
Party,
started building.
Party.
Yeah, you willing?
Hey, thank y'all. Is this a real thing though? The Big Biggie. Oh, good, because you know what, y'all. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't put enough respect on Big Pun name, as far as I'm concerned. Christopher was one of the best of that era, dog. I go back and listen to Capital Punishment with regularity. Con frequencia out this.
Say it again. Say it again.
Can he beat Biggie? Is he better than Biggie though?
I had an argument with somebody at a Roots picnic one year about Big Pun versus Biggie, and the person is actually kind of well known, and they were like, well, you know, Pun didn't have no breath control. I'm like, bitch, have you seen Biggie Smalls? I mean, don't talk to me about Pun was like, I said, baby, come on now, don't do that. Pun.
If you ever seen Biggie, I've seen Biggie before a couple times. You ever seen Biggie? He stands in one spot and he has a bunch of people just moving around him while he stands in one spot. It makes sense. That's a lot of breath control.
That's okay though. That's okay, but don't be like, oh, well, this fat dude can't rap as good as that fat dude. Come on now, stop.
Well, he's amongst the fat people. There's better rappers, and the Biggie was the better fat rapper.
I don't know about that though. I mean,
we're gonna find out on the Versus battle.
Hey,
I believe it's the 19th. 19th of September.
Yes, the Versus, not the Versus. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna find out who's the Versus, and the Versus is gonna be those two gentlemen at the top. Kim, you're a brilliant scholar. I'm glad you recognize that Big Pun is the bigger of the biggest.
Christopher Rios, shorty, put all the respect on his name.
Chris versus Christopher. You know what I'm saying? It's Christopher, Big versus Big.
We got this, Kamal. Anyway, I catch y'all later. Next week, let's get it. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Peace.
Yeah, dog, I'm listening to that Deep Cover Twins remix the other day with Big Pun and Fat Joe, and oh my gosh, first of all, Pun ate up Fat Joe. All on that Joe. But Pun was eating Fat Joe, period, though. I be trying to tell people who are, you know, younger to this rap thing. I'm like, yeah, Fat Joe, Terror Squad. I'm like, nigga, Fat Joe couldn't hold Big Pun's jock on this mic, dog. He can't to this day.
Well, Fat Joe's first album was dope, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Flow Joe. Shout out to Joe on that original old school joint. But he wasn't messing with Pun at all. Definitely that album right there, man.
On the hierarchy of fat rappers, yeah. Pun is definitely above Fat Joe, and Biggie is above Pun. I'm just saying.
Stu said the hierarchy of fat rappers. I'm done. Anyway, welcome to the Remix Morning Show. We was cut off a little while ago, but we back again. We was contemplating. I ain't gonna lie, he's behind the scene like, yo, we could just go home. They could be over now.
Got things to take care of now.
But they's like, it's a whole half hour, shouty. That's what Kim said. So anyway,
man, we got to get the people what they want, man. We had a nice crowd rocking with us, and they was in the chat like, "What the fuck?
What is happening?"
Hey, I wasn't even in the chat. I was here saying what the fuck was going on. I'm like, the board looked different.
But yeah, so where are we leaving off? Are we still around the globe? Are we spinning the globe? Are we doing news?
I thought you had a little something.
I do. God damn it, Kamal, because now I gotta act like I know how to work this computer. Okay, so what you need? You need me to share my screen? Is that how this is going?
You gonna show a little 2-minute video? You want to do a little setup as you're trying to do that? Get it together.
Yes.
Well, let the Ear Doctor spin the globe while you get ready. You know? And now,
no shit.
What's happening, y'all? Remix Morning Show. We appreciate y'all dealing with us with our technicalities going on today, technical difficulties. We like to say shout out to all the remixers out there. Shout out to our regulars who have been. I don't know how y'all do it because I hate coming to see y'all sometimes, but y'all still be here though. So shout out. You know what I mean? We have a whole lot of dope content that'll be coming up over the next few weeks. So we appreciate you all bearing with us. Make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you support our Patreon because of the fact that we are 100% powered by you viewers. So we appreciate that. I just saw.
And I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about nothing.
Yeah.
But the Patreons. But I'm just going to say, why y'all be letting your credit card lapse?
Hey. I don't think that's the case sometimes.
Oh, my bad. I'm not, you know, but I'm just saying sometimes it'd be like at 225 and they go make the payments, all of a sudden be dropping back down to 212. I was like, we got to climb this mountain again. Can somebody pay a bill?
Hey,
I love them, but you know.
It's probably something you said.
Times is tight out here for people to come out.
True.
Yeah, hey Kim, man, you know it's crazy.
What's that?
For a second, I forgot you had a dog. I just saw your tail wagging behind you. I was like, what the hell?
Hey man, COVID, dog. That's COVID. That's what the vaccine did to me, Kalonji. It gave me a fucking tail.
I was like, she got a tail.
That's the vaccine.
I told you not to get it, Kim. I told you.
True.
Well, speaking
black
of
tail.
which, gentlemen, are you guys able to see my screen? Am I sharing my screen?
Not yet. Not successfully. No.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean,
this is some bullshit.
We can keep the banter going. I could talk about, you know, credit card issues again.
I didn't actually grow.
Maybe not. It's gonna go down.
Not leave it alone.
It asks you like it makes you share it like 3 times. Is it sharing it now?
No,
it's probably sharing it with you, but not over here with the rest of us.
It says StreamYard is sharing your
go.
screen.
Now you got it.
Here we go. Now I got everything you got on it.
Now you got to hit a certain link.
Yeah, you got everybody up there now.
It's just like some perpetuity thing of like.
Shout out to Craig Bardo and Fanny French and Big Till and everybody else on the side of Kim's screen.
There we go.
Well, good thing this is my work laptop.
And shout out to all the elders. Shout out to all the elders that don't know how to use their computer.
Hey, you shush it, ear doctor. You shush it.
I thought that was your folks. Anyway,
we
got popping.
We used to be folks, ear doctor.
Okay.
Ear doctor, you graduated before me. You got the nerve to call me an elder. I will smack the glasses off your face.
And did he graduate? I don't know, but go ahead.
All right, y'all. So all right. The story I wanted to present to you guys today has everything to do with the COVID-19 vaccine and the rollout globally that has not been done very well. So here in the state of Maryland, our governor, Larry Hogan, a Republican piece of shit, just authorized for immunocompromised people who are, have underlying health conditions, that they can now get a booster shot, a third booster shot. However, the head of the World Health Organization says it's really shitty for rich countries to already be distributing booster shots when a large majority of the world, especially Black and brown countries, have not received any COVID vaccine. So I wanted us to hear from the WHO head, who is like, listen, America, you selfish pieces of shit, like stop giving out boosters when so many people around the globe have not even received one shot. So if this works, take a listen to this, guys.
A month ago, I called for a global moratorium on booster doses at least until the end of September, to prioritize vaccinating the most at-risk people around the world who are yet to receive their first dose. Today, I'm calling for an extension of the moratorium until at least the end of the year, to enable every country to vaccinate at least 40% of its population. Third doses may be necessary for the most at-risk populations, where there is evidence of waning immunity against severe disease and death. But for now, we do not want to see widespread use of boosters for healthy people who are fully vaccinated. We have been calling for vaccine equity from the beginning, not after the richest countries have been taken care of. Low and lower middle income countries are not the second or third priority. Their health workers, older people, and other at-risk groups have the same right to be protected. I will not stay silent when the companies and countries that control the global supply of vaccines think the world's poor should be satisfied with leftovers.
So that video was produced by Bloomberg News, just to give proper credit, but that was the head of the World Health Organization, just making it plain that, you know, wealthy, whiter countries are in effect hoarding vaccines. And someone in the chat astutely said that, you know, these vaccines are not a limited resource. They aren't. They aren't. In fact, I think America by itself wasted north of 10 million vaccines by letting them expire, or for a myriad of other reasons. They weren't stored properly, et cetera. So, you know, while the United States and the rest of the Western capitalist world tries to just move on from COVID, like the shit is over, COVID is not over, okay? It is not over. And the virus is going to continue to mutate, have all these different variations that will become increasingly resistant to the vaccine, because we're not vaccinating everybody. And a lot of places don't have access to the virus. I mean, to the vaccines. And some people was like, well, they trying to kill Africa. They trying to kill black and brown people with this vaccine. Dog, if that was the case, they'd be shipping that vaccine by the millions over to Africa, okay? And Africa is not getting this vaccine. So I don't think that, you know, the plot to kill black people globally is not tied up in the coronavirus vaccine in this instance, right? But it just shows you, number one, the overwhelming privilege that we as people that live in this country have. We have access to this medicine. We have access, well, some of us have access to the healthcare, but most of our global compatriots do not. So be thinking about that. For those who have become fully vaccinated, consider the booster. I mean, reconsider the booster rather. Don't run out and just get it, because there are other people that desperately need it as well. But this is America, and we're going to put ourselves first and fuck the rest of the world. So I just wanted to bring that to everybody's attention.
Yeah. People hoard resources no matter, you know, again, whether people agree with the vaccine or not. It's like the hoarding of the resources. It's continual for America and Europe. But the weird part of it too is that even with the access to it, because people refuse to do sort of proper social distancing, and because of the refusal of folks who, particularly who haven't gotten it, take the precautions necessary, the U.S. is still, you know, experiencing this sort of uptick in not only the death rate, but of course the folks who are getting it, and they still haven't reached this level of I forgot the name of it, where, you know, everybody has
herd immunity.
Yeah, the herd immunity. And so, you know, you have this place where the West has this access to it, but still, it's been primarily the folks who are still suffering the most, because its population won't even follow proper protocols.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kalonji.
I was just gonna say, in the words of the rapper Juvenile, "Girl, you look good. Won't you vax that thing up?" Anyway,
yes,
great story.
It's not a great story, Kalonji. It's a bad story, because we are going to be stuck in this COVID sort of purgatory for the indeterminate future. Like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of being home. Like, and I'm tired of being scared to go places, because I'm afraid of breakthrough infections. Like, I don't want to get COVID, period. I don't want to have an asymptomatic exposure to COVID. I don't want to have nothing fucking with COVID, because we know so very little about this virus. We don't know what the long-term effects are going to be on very critical organs, lungs, heart, brain, kidneys, you know, years down the road. And especially when it comes to sending the kids back to school right now. You know, I'd be thinking about y'all parents a lot, because I'd be seeing all these stories. I mean, shit, in DC, they have quarantined an entire 6th grade class at Johnson Middle School down in Southeast. School just started last week. You know what I'm saying? Like, according to what I've seen on news reports, 1 in 4 new coronavirus infections are from children. And I know kids are troopers. Like, they are not being killed by this virus, not to the extent that adults are. But again, we don't know what this virus is going to do, or its effects is going to have on the growing body and developing brain. So I just think that we don't need to be lax at all when it comes to COVID, because this shit is still happening, and we don't know what this shit is going to look like in 20 years for people who contracted it and even survived it.
Yeah, I think the next 3 to 5 years is going to be this constant excuse me, whether we like it or not, this constant battle around how we interact with each other, where we interact with each other. For our lifetime, again, since not even since our lifetime, this is the biggest health pandemic that I feel like we've ever faced. We have the only thing that in modern times, not even modern anymore, like influenza in the early 1900s, the pandemic was for 3 to 4 years, it came, it left, it came back stronger, it left. And so that's where we're at with this thing. I feel like even obviously with the vaccines and the fact that the vaccines originally as rolled out, folks were suggesting that you didn't necessarily would need a booster, these companies. And now it's like, because they still, again, they did the testing, but part of it was like they didn't know themselves what was going to be the outcome of these things in terms of long term, how effective they would be. But they put out some information. Now they're going back to the information and saying now these boosters may be required, right? So I think this is unfortunately, and again, I think a lot of people are tired of it. So, but I think unfortunately, this is part of our life for the next 3 to 5 years, our children's lives. And who knows what's going to happen if there's going to be more variants. I think one thing that we have in our favor is that history shows us that these pandemics do subside, right? That they get weaker, not stronger as time goes on. And so it's not so much that COVID will go away and we'll never see it again, but the impacts and the effects through treatment and vaccines will usually mean that this particular type of infection won't be something that will be with us in the same way 5 to 8 years from now. Doesn't mean something new might not pop up, but it just means,
Yes.
Well, are you going to say something, Kalanji?
Yes, I'm going to say everybody be well and be safe, and make sure that you stay safe and practice your social distancing and do all the things you need to do to build your immune system, because it's real out here. So that's all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The second story I had is kind of related to COVID. I'm not going to try to share my screen again because I don't want to.
Yeah, don't do that part.
I'm just going to tell you all about it. So Portland, Oregon. What's up, West Coast? Oregon is wild, a wild little spot off to itself. And they have a really bad mayor. He's a Democrat. His name is Ted Wheeler. He's horrible. They tried to recall him, I think last year. The recall effort failed. Long story short, Mayor Wheeler has announced that Portland police officers will be exempt from the vaccine mandate for public workers. And this is sort of following, well, maybe this is the beginning of a trend that will continue nationwide, because a lot of Fraternal Order of Police lodges have been complaining that their members should not be required to be vaccinated. And in a lot of places, the police not only are unvaccinated, but they are unmasked. Obviously, this is a public safety concern because COVID is spread through the air. So if these public safety officers who are responding to the public in a myriad of different calls, engaging with the public in a variety of different ways, if they are unmasked and now unvaccinated, and now the mayor of Portland says, it's okay, cops, you guys don't have to be vaccinated. You guys actually run the city. You guys can kind of do whatever you want. So Portlanders, be careful when interacting with the Portland police anyway. I already know that y'all are, but these motherfuckers ain't going to be wearing masks, and they not going to be vaccinated, and expect a lot of, especially mayors of democratically led cities, to be capitulating to fraternal police lodges and police unions in this way, that police are now going to be exempt from being vaccinated, but still going to be out there performing their duties as public safety servants or whatever the fuck.
I saw this video, I don't know, like about a week and a half ago, maybe last week Sunday. They had the football. This was in Virginia, but just to show you how people are trying to move past this virus. Literally 100,000 people in the stands, all up close on each other. Full the football teams and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. I didn't see a mask in sight. Right? I didn't see a mask in sight. So again, it's one of these things where people are attempting to move past something that we haven't really gotten past yet. And if folks look at the numbers, one place, the New York Times, and some other places do daily numbers in terms of the uptick in COVID, we're reaching levels that we haven't seen since last summer, when we all got scared about this shit. And now, a summer later, or past a summer later, people are acting as if, again, that because they're tired of it, or because they need to get out, they want to get outside, or they just can't take the social isolation, that they're going to break all protocols. Again, vaccinated or not vaccinated, they're going to break all protocols, no masked up, no social distancing, and just start interacting again. And so that will make whatever this is last that much longer, because people are not taking any trying to take any real precautions anymore. And I think, again, this the Portland, even though this is the Democrat you were talking about, in a lot of these Republican right-wing states, they're purposely doing everything around ending mask mandates, in particular, whether or not in school or in public places, for state workers. So the mask mandates is something that's now become this political wedge issue, as opposed to a safety and concern issue.
But that's what kills me about these parents. And again, I talked about this on my show. I'm not saying exclusively it's white parents, but overwhelmingly it is white parents at these school board meetings, literally pulling their hair out, talking about my kid, my choice. Bitch, if that's your kid, your choice, then keep your fucking germy ass kid the fuck at home. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to send your kid to school with a mask, then your kid don't get to come to public school. Okay. Your kid got to go somewhere else, or stay home and do virtual learning or something else. But like, if parents are not interested in protecting the safety of the school community as a whole, your kid don't get to come to school. Mm-hmm. Sorry. That's just how I feel about the situation. And what makes it even more crazy, I'm gonna be quick, y'all, but in Idaho, the situation has gotten so crazy with COVID hospitalization in the hallways of hospitals. They have started what they're doing called critical care management, or rationing care. So what that means is that if you are experiencing a heart attack or a stroke, or if you are having some sort of other medical emergency outside of COVID, and depending on whether or not you meet these certain standards of, your life being worthy enough, like if you are somebody who is disabled, or maybe dealing with a terminal illness or something along those lines, they may opt not to treat you because of the high volume of patients that are already in the hospital. So this is bad. This is bad regardless of whether or not you're vaccinated or whatever, because if you're just having another medical emergency, not COVID related, then you could fuck around and die, because they don't have space for you, because all the COVID unvaccinated, COVID patients, or vaccinated, or whatever, are taking up all the hospital beds. So this is a much more serious situation. It's going to become much more serious as the deeper we get into fall and winter. So this is bad. It's very not good.
Well, with that being said, this is the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
This
Happy
is
Thursday.
Yes. May all you good people out there continue to fight for what's right, stay on the right side of history. You know what I'm saying? And the right side of the barricades. And remember that capitalism is not your friend. You know what I mean? And make sure you check out our programming here, exclusive content at BPM, Black Power Media, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, and
Instagram.
Where else we at?
And shout out to John
Instagram,
Koister.
Twitch.
John Koister is a new member. I saw John join the channel as a member right when we started the show at 8:00. So welcome to John Koister as a new member of the Black Power Media family. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John Koister.
Thank you, John.
Yes. Anyway, we will see y'all in a few ticks. Check out Black Power Media tonight at 6 p.m. Dr. Jared Ball will be on with Dr. Tommy Curry. And we out here.
Hey, burn it down with Kim Brown tomorrow, 5:00. Negroes and non-Negroes. I better see y'all.
Burn it down. Peace.
See y'all.
We out of here.